Tonight, officials warn the threat from wildfires isn't over as the Prime Minister visits Kelowna.
He wants to see it through his eyes and understand what our communities faced.
Plus, new images of a community in the Northwest Territories almost entirely destroyed. The makers of Kleenex tissues say they're pulling the product from Canadian shelves.
Every time a brand that someone loves leaves, it will leave a hole. Scotland
gets set for the largest Loch Ness Monster hunt ever.
If it's real, it's real. If it's not real, it doesn't make one iota of a difference as far as the economic impact to this area is concerned.
Money talks, and that's no mystery.
This is The National with Ian Henemansing.
Tonight, we're watching some concerning developments in the Northwest Territories where wind is complicating firefighting efforts near Hay River. Fire officials there describe a blow-up event that has forced firefighters to pull back to a safer area. Efforts are underway to get people not doing essential work out of town. Dozens have already been flown out, others left by vehicle. This comes as we're getting a new view of just how destructive these fires can be. This is video. The town of Enterprise, not far away, burned almost entirely to the ground 2 weeks ago. The Premier of the Northwest Territories is among the thousands of people who have fled to Alberta as wildfires threaten several communities. Erin Collins with the Premier's calls today for federal help to address serious infrastructure issues in the north.
And I'm glad you came to see us.
Of course.
A leader uprooted, like most people from the Northwest Territories forced south by wildfires. Thousands of evacuees waiting out the worst wildfire season in Canadian history. This crisis thought by many to be fueled by climate change. A connection Alberta's Premier stops short of making.
All I know is that we have had the worst fire season in our history. We have had terrible fire seasons in the past. There are some years we get lucky and we don't have any burn at all.
Of course, wildfires do burn every year, but this wildfire season has been unprecedented. Northern communities struggling to evacuate with few highways and vulnerable telecommunication lines. A problem the Territory's Premier wants Ottawa to address now.
We don't have basic infrastructure that every Canadian takes for granted. So I'm tired. I've been tired for a long time for asking for infrastructure, and now I'm angry.
Well, the Prime Minister wasn't committing to that today, but agreed the North needs more help.
Whereas this time, the fires in Yellowknife were able to be prevented from getting too close to the city. Next time we might not be so lucky, and we're going to need to learn from these near misses.
The climate change means Canada could be in this position more often.
The North is going to be the sort of the canary in the coal mine, and really a critical place for Canada to invest to make sure that everybody is protected against climate change.
It's a worry for evacuees spread across the prairies too, waiting to go home, wondering when they might have to leave again.
Things that we're doing now for fire breaks perhaps should have been done 2 years ago or maintained better. So, and we're going to have to do it because this is not a one-off.
So, Erin, do we have any idea when the people who have been evacuated will be able to head home?
Not anytime soon. Those fires up north are still awfully close to some of the communities up there. Just today, firefighters near the town of Hay River, they had to retreat from the front lines, and anyone who's not actively fighting that fire, they're being airlifted out. And wildfire experts say the next 72 hours, they're going to be absolutely critical. We're expecting some precipitation, some rain across the Northwest Territories, but unfortunately, it's in the wrong spot. The place where the fires are still happening is going to remain warm and windy.
Erin Collins reporting tonight from Calgary. In the midst of this unprecedented wildfire season, the Prime Minister says heroic stories are emerging, as are lessons that need to be learned. And today in Kelowna, as Renee Filipponi shows us, Justin Trudeau thanks some personally.
There was gratitude from the Prime Minister for the fire crews who have been working tirelessly for over a week.
He's here because he wants to see it through his eyes and understand what our communities faced.
Nearly 200 properties were destroyed in the Kelowna area, and thousands of people were forced to flee, including first responders and their families.
It's been a really, really hard week for my family, and I really appreciate the thanks that was given to my husband and his colleagues.
The cooler, wet weather has helped the fire conditions. But with hot weather in the forecast, crews have been focusing on planned ignitions, deliberately burning fuel that could otherwise spark uncontrolled fires.
We're certainly not out of the woods yet in terms of the weather conditions that we would like to really support bringing all those fires under control.
There has been criticism about the emergency response, as some evacuees waited days for hotels and support. It's led to calls for a more permanent, year-round system to respond to large evacuations.
BC is a very good example right now. It's multiple areas that are affected. And that's probably one of the reasons why Northwest Territories evacuated to Edmonton. But you're relying on volunteers over and over again, and there's an exhaustion that happens there as well.
Trudeau made no commitments, but says there are lessons learned.
We know, unfortunately, extreme weather events are going to get more frequent, more extreme in the years to come, and we have to learn very much from what worked, also what didn't work as well.
Residents further north in the Shuswap region are getting a better sense of the damage there. More than 100 structures were destroyed. The Bush Creek East fire is now the main focus of the province's wildfire battle, with thousands still out of their homes until it's deemed safe to return.
We're not looking to just sit in a very conservative place. We're desperate to get folks home, just like everybody else is.
So, Renee, with that warm weather coming this weekend, what are people in the Okanagan being told?
Well, Ian, the situation has improved, but officials are saying there is still a wildfire risk in the region. So they're asking people to be prepared, to pack that go bag with enough stuff to get you and your family through 72 hours, those essential things you need. And also there are things you can do to prepare your home and make it fire smart. Simple things like clearing the debris off your roofs and the gutters, and then also making sure if you have any firewood, it's stored away from your home.
Renee Filipponi back in Vancouver this evening. Thank you. Greek police have arrested nearly 80 people for arson as that country's wildfires rage on. At least 20 people have been killed by the flames. Authorities suspect that 18 of them were migrants. Police say people were trying to start new fires on a mountain range north of Athens and warn they will be caught and they'll be held accountable. Well, let's turn now to a much different story. An iconic brand that's about to disappear from Canadian store shelves. You will no longer be able to buy Kleenex, a product once so popular it became the word for facial tissue. Alison Northcott shows us why name recognition sometimes isn't enough.
When Patricia Morales buys tissues, it's always Kleenex. But these boxes will soon be gone from store shelves, and she can barely believe it.
It's really awful that they're going to take off Kleenex.
The company that makes Kleenex, Kimberly-Clark, says it's discontinuing its consumer tissues in Canada. We have been operating in a highly constrained supply environment, the company said in a statement. We've been faced with some unique complexities on the Kleenex business. Other Kimberly-Clark products, including its line of Kleenex tissues found in many workplaces, will still be available. We reached out to the company for more details, but it didn't respond.
It's most likely a profitability play.
This analyst says the tissue market is highly competitive, but not always cost-effective.
Kimberly-Clark has only one manufacturing facility north of the border. So to supply all of Canada, they're definitely shipping from south of the border into Canadian markets. And so the farther you move it, the less profitable those products.
There's going to be an empty shelf soon.
Despite Kleenex's name recognition, this pharmacist says most customers just want a good deal.
Usually, it's more they go for the cheapest or the thing on sale that week.
In the guest room, Mom likes family size with softly feminine spring flowers.
But Kleenex has been iconic in Canada for decades.
People wouldn't say years ago, give me a tissue. They would say, pass me a Kleenex. And that is big. Every time a brand that someone loves leaves, it will leave a hole.
One other Canadian companies are eager to fill.
We're ready to take on more volume and to take the place that is opening up.
Kimberly-Clark posted a note on its website thanking Canadian consumers and saying goodbyes are never easy. Morales will cherish her Kleenex while she still can. Alison Northcott, CBC News, Montreal.
Ottawa is taking aim at what it says is a big source of plastic waste, the supermarket. It's asking the country's biggest grocery chains to come up with ways to cut back on plastic packaging. David Thurton with what that could mean for your future shopping trips.
So you bring your container from home, you put it on the scale.
This store is attempting what few are doing, achieve zero waste.
If you go to a regular grocery store, you come back home and you realize that you almost have as much single-use packaging than product.
To cut plastics, New Grocery sells milk in returnable bottles, dry goods, and cooking oils are available in bulk.
This kind of shopping experience might not be for everyone, but some of the practices here could become more commonplace in major grocery stores across Canada in the future.
We're asking these large grocery chains like Loblaws, Sobeys, Costco, Walmart to present to the federal government their plan to reduce the use of plastics and especially wrapping plastic.
Not a ban, but a demand for a plan. Cutting the plastics for produce, bagged milk, condiment bottles, and other items as early as 2026. Eliminate the most problematic by 2035.
If we're not satisfied, the next step for us would be to work to develop specific regulations.
Already his proposals are being met with resistance.
The time frames that they're asking us to make these adjustments are unrealistic.
A group representing the big chain says the new rules could increase grocery bills. They argue the proposed measures are impractical since stores don't control the packaging of products, much of which are imported.
They're not going to change the packaging for Canada. We're 40 million people. We're very small in regards to the whole global component of things.
You should be responsible for the waste that you create.
This small grocery store owner says if she can run a no-waste operation, big retailers can too. And thinks Canadians will also get on board like many did with reusable grocery bags. David Thurton, CBC News, Ottawa.
In Michigan, 5 people are dead after a severe storm ripped through the state. That storm spawned 6 tornadoes. Strong winds tore off roofs, downed lines, and left thousands of people without power. Officials say 3 people died in one collision, another died in another accident, and a person was killed when a tree fell onto a house. In Detroit, heavy rains created havoc on the streets and a large amount of flooding. One moment just after the Women's World Cup is casting a shadow on Spain's historic win. A kiss by the chief of the country's soccer association to one of the team's star players. As Chris Reyes tells us, the pressure is growing for him to resign.
The kiss was not consensual. Spanish soccer champ Jenny Hermoso making that crystal clear in a new statement signed in solidarity by her entire team. In it, strong words against Spain's soccer chief Luis Rubiales after he kissed Hermoso during the trophy ceremony. In the statement, they expressed strong and firm condemnation of behaviors that have undermined the dignity of women, adding that they won't play until he's removed. So far, no signs of that happening.
No voy a dimitir. No voy a dimitir.
Rubiales addressed his federation's top brass, repeating over and over again that he won't resign. His defiance was met with applause.
This is a man who was not unlike many men with power in football. They stay, they are not removed, and they report to literally no one. So he's moving with impunity at this point.
In an apology video released earlier this week, Rubiales said he regretted what he did but meant no harm, calling his relationship with Hermoso and the other players magnificent. In her own personal statement, Hermoso said that she felt pressured to justify his actions. During the championship game, Rubiales was also seen grabbing his crotch, adding to the worldwide outrage over his actions.
This is not an acceptable behavior of a president of the Spanish Federation kissing a player without any, condition. So we don't agree this kind of behavior.
Instead of enjoying the moment and savoring this win, this unbelievably attained win, they're having to deal with this utter mess.
As Rubiales' fate hangs in the balance, so does Spain's soccer champs' much-deserved victory lap. Chris Reyes, CBC News, New York.
UK police say they're investigating 88 deaths that have a possible link to Canada. It's believed they were people vulnerable to doing themselves harm. Philip Lee Shannock shows us how similar cases are being investigated in other countries.
The UK's National Crime Agency says it's looking into the possible connections among 88 deaths over a 2-year period. Officials say they're among the 272 people who purchased lethal substances from Canadian websites.
There's no doubt that it didn't need to be 88. Didn't need to be one.
David Parfitt's 22-year-old son Tom died in 2021 after taking the poison he bought online. He says he's been contacted by UK authorities.
I think international law enforcement need to look at how they identify and close down this type of criminal activity in the future. Otherwise, it's too easy to supply from one country to another.
UK authorities say they won't be looking into cases outside their jurisdiction. Police in the United States, Italy, Australia, and New Zealand are also investigating. UK police began their investigation in April, shortly before Canadian police arrested Kenneth Law. Multiple Canadian forces are investigating the online sales of a lethal substance, sodium nitrate, to people at risk of self-harm in as many as 40 countries. Law has not been named by UK police. Kenneth Law remains in custody, charged with 2 counts of counseling and aiding suicide. He appeared in this courthouse today by video link. What was said was covered by a publication ban. He'll appear again on September 8th. Philip Lee Shannock, CBC News, Brampton, Ontario.
Let's turn now to a disturbing story in Ontario. A 44-year-old man has died a week after he was beaten up outside his restaurant in Owen Sound. Police say Sharif Rahman was attacked by 3 men over an unpaid bill. They released a grainy screenshot of 2 suspects. They're described as in their mid-20s to mid-30s. A third suspect is said to likely be in his late 40s to mid-50s. County officials in Maui are suing the Hawaiian electric company, alleging its negligence caused the devastating wildfires in Lahaina.
Their equipment failed, and so clearly they had multiple points of failure at different areas and different types of equipment.
The lawsuit says the company kept their power lines energized despite a warning that strong winds could knock them down and ignite a fire. The county is seeking damages that could total tens of millions of dollars. The human impact of those fires was tragic. So far, at least 115 people are confirmed to have died. The environment has also been affected. Ithel Musa shows us how.
Hi, kitty.
Lahaina resident Susie Richter's home is gone. The fast-moving wildfires in Maui left nothing but a burnt-out shell. But she comes back every day to look after some friends.
I'm just happy that they survived because they are survivors. And, you know, I think all of Lahaina, we're all survivors of this tragedy, but there's still so many people missing.
Nearly 400 according to a list curated by the FBI, and more than 100 people are believed to be dead. But the aftermath of Hawaii's deadliest natural disaster doesn't end there.
Chemicals that were in garages or the heavy metals from buildings, there are all these toxins in those ashes and in the rubble. And in the next rains that are coming, a lot of this will run off into the coastal waters.
And there are fears that the coral reefs surrounding Maui that depend on clean, clear water to survive could die.
Coral reefs are a vital ecosystem on the planet. It's a source of life. It's a source of recreation. But it's also an engine of the economy here in terms of tourism.
One expert warns Maui's wildfires could have far-reaching environmental effects well beyond the island's shores.
It's an ocean. One should not forget that rather than being a local problem, at some point of time it would become global because all these chemicals or contaminants could be transported to another geographical region in the world.
Some experts worry that Maui's marine ecosystem, which is already threatened by a warming ocean, will become even more vulnerable as a result of wildfire pollution. Idilmus, CBC News, Toronto.
The descendants of a 19th century British Prime Minister are apologizing for the family's historical ties to slavery. Margaret Evans has more on what they said in Guyana and how it's being received.
An apology delivered, described in Guyana by some as bittersweet and others as not enough.
To the people of Guyana.
It was offered by descendants of the 19th century British Prime Minister William Gladstone, whose father John owned over 2,000 slaves on sugar plantations.
It is with deep shame and regret that we acknowledge our ancestors' involvement in this crime, and with heartfelt sincerity that we apologise to the descendants of the enslaved in Guyana.
For some, the apology is an affront. Protesters held placards at the back of the room, some reading, "Reparations now." The Guyanese president says the apology can only be seen as a first step.
The call for reparations is an essential response to right a historical wrong and mitigate the enduring legacy of slavery.
The blades of history are sharp, and the Gladstones aren't the first to grapple with the sins of their forebears. John Dower and other family members apologized for their ancestors' role in the slave trade on Grenada.
This wound that was created over the last 400 years is absolutely huge.
He and the Gladstones are part of a group called the Heirs of Slavery.
We are trying to pave a way and trying to be part of a campaign to persuade bigger institutions, the government and maybe even the royal family to apologise and to engage in reparative negotiations.
Britain's Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has refused to officially apologise here, pressed in Parliament.
But trying to unpick our history is not the right way forward, and it's not something that we will focus our energies on.
Last month, the Dutch King Willem-Alexander formally apologised for the Netherlands' historic role in the slave trade, following the Dutch government's the year before. Margaret Evans, CBC News, London.
Canada's biggest comic and entertainment convention has kicked off in Toronto, where the superfans are easy to spot.
It's really fun. I find it's a great way to express myself.
We'll take you to Fan Expo's annual celebration. And later,
we finally have our first Loch Ness Monster sighting.
As the largest ever group of hunters converges this weekend, how Scotland benefits from the myth that keeps on giving. Plus, chocolate, vanilla, or Lupin?
The Lupin was basically outstanding.
Manitoba researchers find the recipe for a new non-dairy ice cream. We're back in 2 Scoops. In downtown Toronto this weekend, heroes and monsters are on full display at the annual Fan Expo. About 125,000 people are expected to take part, many in colorful costumes. And as Eli Glasner shows us, even that ongoing U.S. actors' strike can't spoil the party.
Welcome to Fan Expo, where you can dress up as an elf or a droid or even a middle-aged version of Spider-Man who likes to bring his daughter to work.
Peter, Miles, you have a baby? I have a baby.
Now, it may seem that Fan Expo is back in full force, but the convention is different this year because of the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike. In fact, many of the celebrities and actors who are attending have strict conditions on what they're allowed to talk about.
We're not using characters, we're not speaking to certain titles, and I think some of the actors are going to feed into that as well in terms of the conversations that they have on stage.
But the show still goes on, and certainly many of the vendors, artists, and fans that we spoke with are happy to be back.
I've been making this for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, so I've been cosplaying since about 2008 or so, so I'm been a veteran in this, and it's really fun. I find it's a great way to express myself.
I mean, good crowd.
and I can only do so many shows in Edmonton over the course of a year.
It's super fun to be able to like kind of express yourself, since like Markham, the community, you don't get to really have those types of events.
You don't get to dress up like this?
Yeah, not really.
How often do you got to go in a maid dress and walk around a con?
Yeah.
I know, if I can't usually go to work like this.
We've been coming for about 10 years.
This is our 10th year coming.
So why? What's the big deal for you?
We love to dress up, we love to shop, we love to see other people's costumes and, you know, just kind of like share in fandom.
Spend any time on the convention floor. Sure, you might be able to see one of your favorite stars or line up for an autograph, but the heart of the convention experience is really that sense of belonging.
It's like when you meet your friend who's like, oh, yo, I got that shirt too. Oh, yo, I read that book too. And it's cool. You just talk about the same stuff you like. And that's the whole point of the con, is just the community. We're all coming together and just catching up with everyone.
Fan Expo runs until Sunday.
Eli, it brings me such joy to connect with you here. What's popular at the convention this year?
I mean, not just because I'm wearing a version, Spider-Men, Spider-Women, Spider-People, Spider-Girls, big here. Also, lots of Barbies. I've seen Barbie cowboys, not so many Kens. Anime, always huge at Fan Expo. But what's been interesting is that normally this convention is dominated by the shows, by the movies, but because of the strike, this year it feels like the fans are really taking it back.
Imagine somebody turning on the National right now. Eli Glasner at Fan Expo Canada. A different fan base is gathered in the Scottish Highlands. That's where they're having what's being called the biggest hunt for the Loch Ness Monster in more than half a century.
You're talking about a space that's 850 feet deep, 24 miles long, 1.5 miles wide. It is enormous.
And what Nessie means to Scottish tourism is just as big. Plus,
it'll show that all families are kind of different, and just it's always beautiful in your own way.
we visit the Toronto set of a new TV sitcom for kids. It's all about growing up in foster care. The National takes you deeper into the stories shaping your world. Next. In Scotland this weekend, a major hunt is underway, the largest concerted effort in 50 years to find the Loch Ness Monster. Andrew Chang shows us why it doesn't really matter that the monster is, dare I say, a myth.
More than 100 self-professed monster hunters will be in the Scottish Highlands this weekend searching for a legend.
Calling all monster hunters, the Loch Ness Centre in Scotland, looking for volunteers to join an effort to search for the infamous Loch Ness Monster.
Devon is set to be the largest surface watch since 1972.
We'll be focusing on the banks of the lake for signs of life.
The hunt for the ever-elusive beast has been dubbed Quest Weekend. And hey, let's just tell it like it is. She may not make an appearance.
There's no such thing as a Loch
Isabella,
Ness
I'm
Monster.
so disappointed you think that.
But there's still at least one compelling reason to look.
And there's not a corner of the planet you can visit where someone hasn't heard of the Loch Ness Monster.
This is true. It's good for tourism.
So yes, like Bigfoot, like the abominable snowman, the Loch Ness Monster isn't real. But her draw to the Scottish Highlands is. And this renewed search comes at a time when global tourism has taken a big hit.
This boat trip on Loch Ness is used to serving people from around the world, but numbers of foreign visitors are noticeably down.
When you think about the Loch Ness Monster, you probably think about this picture, published in the Daily Mail in the 30s. And although one of the people involved in taking the photo eventually admitted on his deathbed to staging it, the hype and intrigue were very real.
1934. The first photo of the supposed Loch Ness Monster incites public frenzy and a torrent of tourists looking for Nessie.
And the notorious no-show captured the entertainment imagination of, well, the world.
In the bonny blue highlands where the bagpipes play, lives a creature called Nessie.
If there's a monster in Loch Ness, the world has a right to know.
But could a dinosaur really exist in the Scottish Highlands?
There have been plenty of organized hunts, attracting people from all over the world to tiny Drumna Droket, about 3.5 hours north of Edinburgh. The Loch Ness Visitors Centre says there have been almost 1,200 registered sightings.
We finally have our first Loch Ness Monster sighting.
Saw this black hump come out of the water.
It was like a torpedo going through the water.
This is rare footage of the Earth's most famous sea creature.
Now, those reported glimpses, they matter because they're what's keeping the myth alive.
When I was 7, came here on a family holiday, and there was a gang called the Loch Ness Phenomena Investigation Bureau. Right. Snappy title. And I think I defy any 7-year-old boy not to get fascinated by the possibility of big animals, grown men looking for monsters.
No, absolutely.
And at that point, I thought, I want to be a monster hunter.
But it's not all fun and games. Serious scientific research has gone into finding her. In 2018, a team of researchers from New Zealand and Scotland took DNA samples from the loch to catalog all of its living species. But their study showed no evidence of a prehistoric marine reptile, or even a big fish like a sturgeon.
I think we can be fairly sure that there is probably not a giant scaly reptile swimming around in Loch Ness.
This weekend's quest, though, is being billed as different. The biggest and most extensive hunt in the last 50 years. And thanks to overwhelming demand, it's actually already full.
The vigil, you go out on different locations and try and hunt for Nessie at different times of the day, really. We also have our Loch Ness Nessie Hunter cruises as well.
For Scotland, it really is the myth that keeps on giving, and especially to an industry still experiencing a post-pandemic slump.
At the present moment in time, tourism is a huge, huge income provider to the Highlands of Scotland, and very necessary too.
The successful track record of Loch Ness Monster tourism is no accident. In 2015, Scotland spent £2 million on marketing, and it helped draw in almost 200,000 visitors from outside the UK that year, according to the country's tourism agency.
A set of tips to help monster hunters track down Loch Ness's most famous resident, the Loch Ness Monster, is at the heart of a new campaign to inspire international visitors to book a trip to Inverness and Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands outside the busy summer months.
Fast forward to 2019, and those visitor numbers were up to 300,000 people, a record number, according to the Scotsman newspaper. They brought in an estimated £90 million. For comparison, that's about a third of what golf brought in that year. And golf is huge. Scotland is literally the birthplace of golf. So make no mistake, Nessie, despite not actually existing, really punches above her weight. But then there was this.
It's vital we act now. We must all stay at home.
During the pandemic years, those tourism numbers plummeted. In 2021, just 14,000 people visited the Loch Ness area, bringing in just £11 million. And of course, it wasn't just Scotland.
No flights, no travel, no tourism. Tens of millions of jobs are at risk as the pandemic upends holiday plans.
But the myth of the Loch Ness Monster is helping Scotland bounce back.
Post-pandemic, the interest in the subject has probably never, ever been as great as it has been in the last period of months since the pandemic. It's a win-win situation at the end of the day. You're talking about a space that's 850 feet deep, 24 miles long, 1.5 miles wide. It is enormous. So who are we to say that there is nothing there?
Oh, there's something there, all right. Money. Restaurants, hotels, they're all full and have been all summer.
Well, the impact at the present moment in time is you can hardly get a room here.
Now, it's too soon to know exactly how much this year's hunt will draw in, but the early predictions are pretty good. So everyone wins. Except maybe the hunters. Now, don't get me wrong, they are taking this seriously with infrared cameras and drones, a hydrophone, which is basically an underwater microphone. They're bringing in equipment they say has never been used in freshwater before. There will be like a small army of enthusiasts on land looking for any kind of sign. It really is all hands on deck.
At the end of the day, if it's real, it's real. If it's not real, it doesn't make one iota of a difference as far as the economic impact to this area is concerned.
And you know what? We wish them luck. They're going to need it.
Well, as Andrew mentioned, the big hunt is pretty much sold out for those who are taking part right at the loch, but Anyone who's interested can tune in over the weekend. The organizers set up 5 webcams to live stream portions of the adventure. Just ahead, a woman who grew up in foster care has turned her sometimes difficult journey into a new TV show for kids, one with a positive message.
This is about letting those children know that somebody loves them.
We're on the Toronto set with the star and creator of Auntie B's House. It's a sitcom for preschoolers. A new TV show for young kids is taking the Full House approach to tackling some tough topics, but with guitar riffs and laugh tracks. Tonight we're revisiting a story from Eli Glasner earlier this year about the new show Auntie B's House. Eli sat down with the show's creator to talk about the theme and setting, foster care.
Take your experience and now to put it out there is, I mean, that's a gift, that's something.
Yeah, it's a dream come true, and I get very overwhelmed by sorry.
An emotional moment for the creator of a new kind of show. In a Toronto studio where laughs and tears are not uncommon, Auntie B's House is taking shape.
They take 1A only, Mark.
It's a home for Zach, Khadijah, and Shelley, all kids in foster care. As their foster mom, Auntie B, Kalela Brooks knows the home well because it's built on her own experience.
I was in foster care from the ages of 2 and aged out until I was 21. I lived in group homes, many different foster homes, and Halifax, Nova Scotia, or just Nova Scotia overall.
It wasn't easy for Brooks being in school as a foster kid.
Everyone knew and I stood out, so that was hard. And I was tall. I'm a tall woman, yeah. So because I was tall, and plus my clothing didn't look good. I wasn't kept, meaning, you know, I might not have brushed my hair, I might not have brushed my teeth, because when you're so young, you don't have those life skills or those hygienic skills. So you just learn as you go, and you just get dressed and go to school.
Behind the colorful sets and sitcom vibes is an idea, a place where kids can feel love no matter what their family looks like.
I'm excited. And a little nervous.
I felt the exact same way when my family would visit me at my foster home when I was younger.
All inspired by Brooks' real-life foster mom.
She taught me how to stand up straight and keep my head up high, and that I didn't need to be ashamed of my journey in being a foster kid, and that she was going to teach me how to be loved.
Executive producer Michelle Melanson was visiting Centennial College when Brooks first pitched the character she'd created for theater shows. One of the reasons the story clicked is Melanson's husband, co-executive producer Ken Kupris, was himself adopted. He grew up with social services as part of his life.
He came to me and said, how do you feel about adopting for our second child? So we actually went to China and adopted our daughter, and she was in the foster system when we got her at 11 months old.
Everyone involved here wants to make a show willing to take on the real issues foster kids face.
I think often we present too much of a rosy view. I think sometimes it's all the happy and none of the things that we're all feeling and seeing, and that doesn't make kids feel like it's uber relatable to them at home. Kids do cry. Kids get angry.
Auntie B explores the anxiety when a parent visits.
What should we do first?
Whether the Tooth Fairy will be able to find Shelley's new home, or Khadijah still hanging on to a very special item.
Khadijah, what's going on? Why don't you want to get rid of those old shoes?
Because my mom gave them to me and they're special, okay?
Even with Auntie B's youngest actors, there's a feeling the show's special.
I've never told a story like this. Everything's always been way different. I think that it'll show that all families are kind of different, and just it's always beautiful in your own way.
And that is very much the point. This is about finding new families and different kinds of families.
And this is about letting those children know that somebody loves them.
Were you can take a moment if you need it, but it's okay. You can come in and...
Sorry, Shell.
Don't be sorry, precious. This is so real. This is...
No, I mean, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And that's what's so beautiful about this.
It's okay to be sad sometimes.
While Auntie B's is an imagined place, there's a very real shortage of foster parents in many parts of Canada, something this organizer thinks the show could help inspire.
I think it's an excellent goal for the show. The people that come forward to, express their interest and eventually become foster care providers, they are some of the most compassionate, kind, warm, nurturing people that I have met. And they do make a significant difference in the lives of children and youth.
And for those worried young viewers aren't ready for the situations foster kids face,
the fact that their stories aren't being told. And so this show is about inspiring children. And even though the topics are difficult, it's all about being able to let them know that even in difficult conversations, there's somebody here to listen and someone here to see them through those challenges.
You can catch all new episodes of Auntie B's House on CBC TV starting September the 11th, or you can watch all the available episodes on CBC Gem on Monday, September the 4th. Still ahead, a bride's dream of walking down the aisle was nearly shattered. Then she woke up from her coma. The moment is ahead. Plus,
it's delicious. It tastes a little bit nutty. Really, the texture is super smooth.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for Lupin? These are some of the first images from India's moon rover. They were taken Thursday on the surface of the South Pole. India is the first country to make a successful landing there. The Indian Space Research Organization says that in the coming days, the spacecraft will start conducting experiments on the surface. A Winnipeg ice cream shop is trying to crack the code for the perfect non-dairy ice cream. It all comes down to a key ingredient. And as Cameron McIntosh tells us, a new crop on the prairies might just fit the bill.
His ice cream shop is already a Winnipeg institution. Now Justin Jacob is hoping to go a little bigger.
We kind of identified that a lot of people were trying to get non-dairy ice cream.
None of the dairy-free alternatives he found could really match his desired texture or taste, until he partnered with the University of Manitoba to help develop an experimental formula.
This is just like the liquid Lupin mix that we pour into the top of the hopper.
The key ingredient? Lupin beans.
From that, we were able to create a milk and then create a kind of a soft serve base out of that.
Lupin is a pulse crop native to the Mediterranean, now starting to be grown and processed in North America. High in protein and fat, being developed and marketed as a dairy alternative.
What we're working on here is the creation of new ingredients that can replace dairy.
When it comes to ice cream, the formula was developed here at the University of Manitoba, where John Thorosky has been experimenting with dairy-free ice cream.
The Lupin was basically outstanding. You know, it was better than most of the other stuff that we had tried in terms of texture.
Initial reviews are positive.
It's delicious. It tastes a little bit nutty. Really, the texture is super smooth, a little bit thicker than the typical soft serve ice cream.
Jacob is experimenting with flavors, also hoping to develop a hard ice cream alternative.
We can get it to, even something that's like wholesale that we, can give to other mom and pop ice cream shops like ours to serve as a non-dairy product, then that would be excellent.
Right now, it's one cone at a time. Cameron McIntosh, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, this is Sarah Kempinska with her husband Jim on their wedding day, but only 4 days before this, she was waking up from a coma, unable to walk and struggling to talk. Complications from a routine surgery nearly shattered her dream of walking down the aisle, but with sheer determination, she learned to walk again just in time, and tonight it is our moment.
Our wedding was 2 weeks away, and all of a sudden he has to be signing all these forms in order to get me into the emergency surgery. I was in the coma for, I would say, about a week, and I woke up about 4 days before the wedding. When I woke up, I think one of the first things I said was wedding. Additionally, when I came out of the coma, I couldn't walk. Everybody wants to walk down the aisle. The staff at the hospital were absolutely incredible. And I think that they really made it their goal to get me to my wedding as well. I couldn't believe how fast I was able to walk down the aisle. I think that adrenaline really pushed me because just days before it, I didn't think I would actually get to that point. There wasn't a dry eye in the house, especially when I was walking down the aisle towards Jim. I remember just looking at my fiance and saying, okay, you've stuck with me throughout this whole thing. It just made me want to marry him more.
All of that progress in 4 days, absolutely incredible. She, as you heard, thanked the medical staff who did all the things you'd expect in terms of care, but also extra things, like she says, they put an IV line in, mindful of where the neckline of her wedding dress was so that it would be hidden when she wore the dress. Wow, that is the National for Friday, August 25th. I hope you can join me Sunday for Cross Country Checkup. We're live on CBC Radio and CBC News Network beginning at 4 Eastern. And then later that night, I'll be back here for the National. Hope you have a great Saturday.